Hi, YouTubies! It's me, Zachary Michael. Also, hi, hello. How are you doing, y'all? Today it is Meat Monday. It's Carnivore Monday. Are y'all into it? Are y'all excited? I hope you are. I hope you are, divas. We are gonna get to with a suggestion from the Colin Mockery, or if you see him in the chat, his name pops up as Peepaw Colin Mockery, which, like, here down below, it probably only shows that very first part of his name, so that's Peepaw in the chat, okay? That's Peepaw in the chat. Not whose knows you knows saying Zach didn't take a piss break, tubies, in case you're keeping track in your bullet journal. I didn't take a piss break today, which is kind of surprising. It is kind of surprising. You're good to be pointing that out today. Good observation. Good observation. No, actually, I'm pretty sure I went right before the stream started, and sometimes I don't do that, which is usually when I have to stop to take a break. It's probably because you haven't had a drop of water in months. I know. Well, okay. So today's video is from a YouTuber named Jenny Mydick. I don't know. My dick. Mydick? I don't know. We're just gonna call her Jenny. This is like the time that I pronounced Darlene's last name, my chode. Michaud. You think it's Mitch? Mitch sounds like something you need to get checked out at the doctor as well. So, I don't know. Girl, I don't know. Girl, I don't know. I was fully expecting Zach to say we're just gonna call her my dick. No, I don't know her like that. I don't know her like that. I do usually, anytime we react to a new person, I do usually pull up their about section on YouTube, and all it says is Carnivore. N equals 1 data junkie recipes. And I'm like, girl, I don't know what that means. She does have carnivore t-shirts. I eat meat and I know things. BBBE. Beef, butter, bacon, eggs. In this economy, you can get a more meat, less plants, carnivore diet, polyester shower curtain. Imagine being so committed. Imagine being so committed to fucking carnivore ways of eating that you're like, let me put up a shower curtain that says more meat, less plants. And spending 55 doll hairs on it. Yeah, that's crazy. Could you imagine? I could not. Why would you decorate your bathroom like that? Oh, she's got all kinds of shower curtains. Imagine this. Imagine getting into your shower to take off and rinse off all your beef sweats. And you have to pull back the carnivore definition curtain. The carnivore diet dictionary definition polyester shower curtain so you can get in there and rinse off your beef sweats. An animal that eats only meat for sustenance, apex predator, top of the food chain, and excellent health, rarely found in the produce section, eats vegans for dinner. You hear that, Willow Davis? You hear that, Willow Davis? I just, like, I can't even imagine. You can also get this one that says, eat fatty meat, lift heavy, drink water. Oh, we need to get drink water on a shower curtain for Amber Lynn, because you know she's always in the bathroom showering, so maybe it might remind her. Get sunlight, reduce stress, sleep, repeat. Carnivore diet rules for life polyester shower curtain. I love beef so much it makes me hate leafy greens. Makes me hate them. Wow, this is so funny. This is so funny to me. Any other interesting designs? I think we've seen the extent of it. Oh, you can get a onesie. Carnival rules for life infant fine jersey onesie. You can have your baby. Get your carnivore baby ready. Dress your little one in comfort and style with our Carnival Rules for Life infant fine jersey onesie. Available in 8 delightful colors. This adorable onesie features the playful slogan celebrating the principles of the carnivore lifestyle, making it perfect for infants who are part of a meat-loving family. Made from soft, high-quality, fine jersey fabric, it is gentle on your baby's skin while providing the perfect amount of stretch for easy movement. Ideal for everyday wear or as a charming gift for the carnivore-loving families. This onesie is a cozy way to introduce your child to the carnivore diet from an early age. Oh, God. Oh, the carnivore people have lost their minds. Lost their minds. Lost their minds. Okay, well, what's her Instagram look like? Taste testing non-poisonous buffalo sauces. Taste testing non-poisonous buffalo sauces. Non-poisonous. Oh my God. Can you eat Oscar Mayer bacon on the carnivore diet? Oh my God. Just wild. Just wild. Okay. All right. Well, we don't need to do a deep dive of our Instagram, but here we are. Rocky Mountain Rage, thanks so much for 15 months. Is breast milk carnivore? I would be inclined to think it was, but I'm not a carnivore expert. I really have no idea. I wish one of these people would post their lipid panels. Well, maybe she does here in this video. 2 years eating only meat. Here's what happened. But what we're going to watch today is, this was the video Colin specifically suggested. It's called 3 Simple Carnivore Recipes with Cheap Cuts of Meat from My Deep Freezer. What do you know about a cheap cut of meat, you know? What do you know? If Curtis hates her, so do I. Oh, who knows if Curtis hates her or not, honestly. Also, there's a part of this that's apparently sponsored by something. Obviously, I'm not sponsored by whatever that is, so we might skip over it if it feels like it's easy to skip over. Cheap cut of meat was my nickname in high school. I thought I'd heard of you. I thought I'd heard that. That's what I was thinking. I'd heard of you back in high school, yeah. The old cheap cut of meat. Yep, I heard a lot about you. I really did. All right, it's probably that Element electrolyte. I think that's what it is, yeah. Which, like, the carnivore and also keto girlies love to, like, push electrolytes. And I don't know if that's just because, like, they're sponsored by electrolyte companies or if it's actually helpful. I remember that people did always emphasize if you're doing keto to, like, push the electrolytes because of something. I don't really remember the reason. Something about like not getting electrolytes through meat or something. I don't know. I never used anything like that whenever I did keto, so I couldn't tell you. But all right, divas, if you're ready, if you're here and ready to get into the 3 simple carnivore recipes with cheap cuts of meat from her deep freezer, could you put some 69s in the chat? Maybe their diet is not sustainable, but what do I know? Is it because there isn't enough potassium in non-starchy fruits and veggies? Probably something like that, yeah, because potassium does come from, like, specific fruits and vegetables. So maybe it's something like that. Oh, look at all the 69s in the chat. Would you look at that? The sausage / veggie and mustard cottage cheese lady sells these electrolytes too. Oh my gosh. I mean, that's why I, in general, like, I've at different points had, like, vitamins and, like, supplements and, like, things like that suggested to me to, like, or, like sponsorships offered to me. And, you know, never say never. Maybe there'll come a time where, like, something like that would appeal to me and I would want to. But most of the times when I've looked over everything, I've always, like, left feeling like, it sounds like you want me to make some claims about, like, health benefits that these things have, and, like, I'm not an expert to be able to say that these things are helpful, you know? So anyways, let's get to. I didn't realize I had that turned down. Let me know. Obviously, anytime we watch a new person, sometimes the audio's off, so just let me know if I need to make adjustments. Happy to do that. But yeah, let's get to
of meat in my freezers right now.
It must have played for a little bit at the beginning.
I've got a ton of meat in my freezers right now.
Me too.
And the way the prices are, I need to eat all this meat before I buy any more. In today's video, I'm going to take a look through all of my freezers and see what I have and come up with 3
what was that? But look at all this meat.
To take a look through all of my freezers and see
Look at all this fucking meat. Girl, what? I
have, and then come up with 3 recipes with really...
that looks cream filled, but whatever that second recipe is...
what I have, and then come up with 3 recipes...
Like this, whatever this recipe is, nothing about this looks fucking appetizing at all. Somebody call up Curtis. We need Curtis to come give this carnivore girly a talking to. Because what the fuck? What is that? What all is in that? I don't know. We'll find out.
Cheap cuts of meat. I'm Jenny. I've been on the carnivore diet for over 2 years. I've lost 50 pounds and improved my metabolic health across the board.
Ooh,
the improvements in my physical and mental health have been profound. And
where did this...
I'm Jenny. I've been on the carnivore diet for over 2 years. I've lost 50 pounds and improved my metabolic health across the board. Where
did this man come from? Who is this man? Why is he meditating in front of a waterfall? What does this have to do with what you're talking about in your video? Oh my god, he made it to Lake Titicaca! He's at Lake Titicaca! That's where he's at.
Improvements in my physical and mental health have been profound. And I also love how easy carnivore is. I don't have to spend a ton of time in the kitchen anymore. For these meat deals, I'm typically finding them at my local grocery store, which is Jewel.
Oh, she's a Chicago girly! The Jewel? The Jewel Osco is a Chicago thing, divas. She's in the Chicagoland area. It is in some of the suburbs. It's not specifically just in, like, the city proper. Like, there are Jewel Oscos, I'm pretty sure, in the suburban areas. But wow. Okay, alright.
Seems like every week they have...
Now, what is that? Daily bacon steak apple. Why is that bacon that color? Is that supposed to be
some sort of meat discount that's pretty awesome? So when I see a great deal, I scoop it up and I put it in my freezer to cook it at a later date. And man, am I glad that I did that, because prices have been out of control lately and I really don't want to spend any more.
She loves some stock footage. She said $100 bill on fire stock footage. Cool. Yeah, they're probably all half off because they're all graying, and meat isn't supposed to be gray like that.
More money. So why don't we head over to my freezer, take a look at what we have, and see what kind of recipes we can come up with.
The editing also, where it like slowly zooms in on her face, is fascinating. She certainly has much more, her videos are much more edited and produced than maybe some of the other carnivore girlies we've looked at. But I'm not letting it fool me, because this, I just know, is going to be unhinged. I just feel it in my bones right now.
This was a really good deal. This is like a $35 chicken. Oh, $32 chicken that I got for $5.
Damn.
Why don't we throw together like a meat soup of some kind? I'll put this on
a meat soup of some kind?
the counter to thaw. Let's see what else I can get in this soup besides just chicken. Smoked ham hocks the other day. I think that would be really yummy. And then let's do some ground beef too.
That's the soup we saw. It was ground beef, chicken, and ham hocks.
See what else we can find in here that's cheap. Ooh, this one is good. So this...
$35 when? That's a good point. Were there any dates on there? I can't see a date. Oh, wait. Something February 15th, 2025. There's two dates. I'm not sure what the words above them are, but right here there's a date that says February 13th, 2025, and then one that says February 15th, 2025. I want to say that one of them says safe through or like good through, but I can't really read the words that are at the top of it, just those dates.
See what else we can find in here that's cheap. Ooh, this one is good. So
what is this?
This is a whole center cut pork loin that I was able to get on sale for $1.49 a pound instead of $4 a pound. And let's see if we can get a recipe with this bad boy. And our final item I think we can find in here. All right, let's do, some frozen chicken thighs. I was able to get these for 99 cents a pound. And we could do this with like a creamy butter.
Oh yeah, Willow Davis as the resident vegan in the chat. Today I don't think will be a good day for you, Diva. I don't think today's a good day for you. Because it's Meat Monday. It's Meat Monday.
Free garlicky lemony sauce maybe. Now that the meat is thawed, let's get everything ready.
Oh, she's a girly that said we can flavor things with garlic and lemon, but she's got a fucking shower curtain that says less plants, more meat. Plants are poisonous. She's out here taste testing poisonous buffalo sauce on her Instagram, but she said we can season our chicken with lemon and garlic.
For the chicken soup, get that going, and then we can move on to the other two recipes. Let's turn the crock pot to high and add in the chicken giblets and the whole...
The chicken giblets! Not the chicken giblets!
Chicken, and then the ham hocks. Gonna sprinkle this with a teaspoon of...
Oh, and it's a crock pot recipe? We're getting a crock pot recipe today, too. Let's fucking go. Carnivore is conservative coded. No, it absolutely is. And we've talked about that actually pretty in depth on the channel, because a lot of the doctors that they refer to tend to be conservative leaning, and like Jordan Peterson is a big time carnivore person and he's super conservative. I think, is Joe Rogan carnivore? I don't know. Just lots of like carnivore adjacent stuff or conservative adjacent stuff in the carnivore community.
And real salt, and then add 1 liter of filtered tap water. I filter my water through a Berkey to get all the fluoride out. You can use
Not the fluoride conversation. Not the removing the fluoride from your water. Oh, God. Oh, and see? There it is. Because old RFK Jr. and his brainworms are trying to remove fluoride from America's water. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Here we are.
Use whatever water you like, and then just put the lid back on, and we're gonna let this cook. Before we start the next two recipes...
Oh, and so basically her soup is just meat broth in the meat. Like, she put some salt on that. That was about it, right?
I'd like to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, Electrolytes. I've been using Element since the very beginning of Carnivore. I use their raw, unflavored packets. Each packet has 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium.
It does make you think, because like potassium and magnesium are in a lot of vegetables, right? Correct? Right? So I don't understand if you feel like you need those nutrients, why not just get them from vegetables? But I guess vegetables are, like, what part of the vegetable is so poisonous, That's my confusion. That's mine. Or also, yeah, take a vitamin, Diva. Take a vitamin.
I love Element because they're super easy and compact. They pack really well, and they're great for traveling. I typically do 1 packet of the raw, unflavored Element Electrolytes.
Raw, unflavored. Also, first of all, just that phrase, raw, unflavored. Unflavored. You're living a real exciting life, huh? You love some unflavored. Yummy.
In 16 to 24 ounces of water.
This is so raw, you guys. Fuck!
First thing in the morning, or sometimes I like to do it in the evening with my dinner, and then the next morning I wake up feeling really, really good. And if you're starting the carnivore diet, it's advisable that you have some electrolytes on hand.
And why is that?
Flu symptoms that you'll experience in the beginning are due to electrolyte imbalances. That's not a joke, that's a real thing. So I recommend...
It's almost like you need... You need these nutrients from vegetables and fruit. It's crazy.
Getting at least 1 box of the raw, unflavored electrolytes, having them on hand, taking them every single day in the beginning so that you can mitigate the worst of those keto flu symptoms. Right now, Element is offering my viewers a free sample pack with any order. So you can head over to the link in the description. It's drinkelement.com/Jenny Middich. That's D-R-I...
Middich.
K lmnt.com/Jenny Middich and get your free sample pack with any order today. I like the raw unflavored packets. I also really love their sparkling waters.
I just need her to say raw unflavored one more time. Say raw unflavored one more time.
The canned sparkling waters, both of those options are free of maltodextrin and excellent choices for the carnivore diet. Now let's work on this pork loin.
Let's get into the actual recipes. We're almost halfway through this and we haven't actually watched any cooking yet. Wait, no, we did. We saw her put the meats into the crock pot. I forgot about that. Just kidding.
Going to cut off a big chunk of it and then cut some of it into pork chops. Then I'm going to butterfly this roll. First, I'm going to cut it in half almost all the way through. Then I'm going to cut that in half so that I have a whole nice thin sheet of pork. Then I'm going to cover this in saran wrap and pound it flat and then season it.
Yeah, pound me flat. Pound it flat. Pound it flat. Oh! Yeah, pounding it for Christ. We're pounding it for Christ today.
With salt, garlic powder, and onion powder on both sides.
Oh, Curtis is gonna be so mad. Ooh, what is that? Wait, what is that? But Curtis is gonna be mad about all the garlic powder and onion powder. Those are plants, and plants are poisonous or whatever, you know?
Now let's prepare the stuffing. I'm going to cook a pound of ground beef, season it with salt and garlic powder, and then cook until it's no longer pink. Then I'm going to add 8 ounces of cream cheese and allow it to cook with the ground beef. I'll add some chicken broth as well. I ended up adding about 1/4 of a cup. Then I spooned about 1/3 of this on.
What in the not gravy? This is kind of giving it's kind of giving Amberlynn Reed hamburger gravy or whatever she made that one day. Remember that? But this is wild. This is fascinating.
Onto the pork and sprinkled it with some shredded cheddar and mozzarella that I shredded myself. And then I rolled it up and then added some more of the beef filling with more cheese.
Oh, it's like a fucking meat Swiss roll. You know how that one guy called his concoction a carnivore Twinkie? This is a carnivore Swiss roll. Just real big.
And then rolled it up completely.
Oh
then
my God.
Then I took some butcher twine and tied it all together so it would hold its shape in the oven. And then I covered it with strips of bacon.
Oh, she added bacon! Okay. Jeez, all right. Oh, sure.
I inserted my meat thermometer and set it up for pork loin to cook until 141 degrees Fahrenheit. This will make sure that I don't overcook the pork.
She said, we're getting a big old meat burrito over here. It's a big old meat burrito stuffed with questionable ground beef gravy concoction situation type of deal.
And put it in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Now,
somehow this would have been more respectable as carnivore Swiss roll than the carnivore Twinkie was.
Oh, let's work on the chicken thighs while the pork is cooking. I'm going to start by pouring a little bit of avocado oil on each thigh.
Avocado? Is avocado not poisonous too?
And seasoning it with my poultry and pork seasoning mix. I'll give you that recipe in the description. And then
I will say she's at least being a little bit more, dare I say it, liberal. Is liberal a bad word? She's being a bit more liberal with seasoning than some of the other carnivore girlies we've watched.
And repeating that process on the other side of the chicken.
Oh, and she's like dusting that seasoning on the chicken too.
Take a look at our pork loin in the oven. Ooh, this is looking really good. So now back to the chicken. I'm going to cook these thighs in my Tasty air fryer because the Tasty has a built-in temperature probe. So, and then I'm going to set the air fryer.
I am so interested in how concerned she is about this meat getting cooked appropriately.
Fire to chicken preset, and then go over to leg, and then hit the little chef hat and make sure that I'm at +6 dark, and then I'm going to hit start. The Tasty will automatically cook the chicken based on the temperature probe. Let's take a look at the soup. It's looking really good, but the meat is still not coming off of the bone, so we're just going to let this keep cooking.
Calling that soup right now... Calling that soup when it's essentially just different kinds of meats boiling in a crock pot is wild work. That's really wild work. That's actually the wildest of work that we've seen of all of these recipes, to be honest. Like, very fascinating and generous use of the word soup.
I will need to flip the chicken thighs at the halfway point, and then I'm going to repeat this process with the other 5 chicken thighs. Now, if you'd like to save $30 on a Tasty air fryer, you can...
I would not like to, but thank you.
Use code Jenny30 at checkout. I'll put that link and code in the description. I absolutely love this air fryer. Looks like the pork has reached 139 degrees, which is where I wanted to pull it out of the oven. So I'm going to pull it out, and I'm going to cover it with some aluminum foil and let it rest. The temperature will continue to rise to about 145, and that is my goal. Now,
I am curious about the way that maybe it's just because of all the recipe videos we watch where they just literally do one recipe at a time. But I'm kind of liking the little bit of like chaoticness of jumping from recipe to recipe to recipe, back and forth, because I don't know, it's kind of like we're watching her do this in real time. I assume that's just like how she actually did it. It's kind of fun. Here in Austria, we have something called cordon bleu. It's a filled schnitzel, similar to this one, but the outside is pounded thinner. Yeah, we have like a cordon bleu. Well, I don't know. Maybe it comes from Austria, but like I've had like chicken cordon bleu before, and similar things. This isn't so crazy to me. Like this particular thing that's on the screen right now. I think if anything, the ground beef filling was weird to me. I've seen like meats stuffed with like cheese fillings and stuff like that before. That's not super strange to me, but the like almost gravy like hamburger filling was what was off-putting to me. Lainey Leaf, thanks for gifting a sub to Straw Baby Milk. Appreciate that, bestie.
Here is the pork after it rested. Let's cut this thing up and see what it looks like inside. And man, oh man, this turned out so good.
She's beeping. And by she, I mean this pork roll thing. She's about to beep. She's about to bust. She is pounding it for Christ. She's crescendoing for mother.
Pork is cooked perfectly. It's so juicy, and that stuffing is looking absolutely delicious. It is the next morning. I just let the soup go overnight. I put it.
This soup has been cooking in the crock pot all night? You just had it chilling while you were snoozing? Okay. All right.
On low, all of the meat
steamy.
is ready to be pulled away from the bone. So what I like to do is just kind of smash everything up, and then I'll go in and peel the bones out. See how easily the bones come away from it?
Oh, wow.
Take the skin out. Here's everything I pulled out, all the bones and all the skin. Now I just need to cook up the ground beef and put it into the soup. Now,
I forgot there was still ground beef to go into this soup. We're still putting ground beef in this soup. Oh, God. Oh, sweet Jesus.
Let's cook up the pound of ground beef that we're going to add to the soup. I'm going to season it with salt and garlic powder and just cook it until it's mostly done, since it will cook a little bit more once we add it to the soup. As I was adding the beef, I realized there was a lot of grease, so I sopped some of that up with a paper towel and then added the rest of the beef in.
That's surprising for a carnivore girly. You don't want that? She's probably gonna be like the other guy, like sucking the beef juice out of the paper towel.
Stirred it up, and then I ended up adding another half liter of water and turning the crock pot to keep warm. Now let's make the sauce for the chicken. I've got a cup of heavy cream and half a cup of chicken broth, and I'm going to add a teaspoon of Italian seasoning and a teaspoon of garlic powder. Then I'm going to add half a cup of grated Parmesan and stir this for 15 to 20 minutes at medium heat.
This is far more creative than I was expecting for a carnivore recipe. To be honest, maybe it's just because we watched Jenna Pebbles do her recipes where it was like strictly just meat. This is fascinating. Italian seasoning as in green stuff, like evil plant leaf. I know.
Heat, medium to low heat until it reduces drastically.
I thought this wasn't something gonna have lemon in it. Didn't she say something was gonna be lemony garlic? Did I miss that part?
Got some of the chicken thighs that we cooked yesterday, and I've heated them up, and I'm going to spoon the sauce over the top. And this looks absolutely delicious. I would
try those. I would try well, honestly, I would maybe try the pork thing too. But this is the most normal looking of everything, I think. This feels like something I would eat with like a side of vegetables. Maybe like a mashed potato or something.
Now let's take a look at the finished soup as well. This looks so hearty and perfect for winter. I didn't add any other seasonings besides that initial teaspoon of salt that we started with.
I know, that's my concern, Diva. That's my concern. This is something. I mostly probably take issue with it because she's calling it soup. And for me, it's giving meat and meat water.
And I think it's absolutely delicious as is, but feel free to add more seasonings to taste if you want. So I calculated how much I spent on all of...
Yeah, it's giving a little bit Garrett worthy. Like, Garrett?
that meat and how many meals I got out of it. So for the soup, I spent $18 and I got a total of 12 servings. For the pork, I spent $14 on the meat and $4 on the stuffing, so $18 total, and I got 4 pork chops and 2 of the rolls, the stuffed pork loin rolls. So 10 total servings. And then for the chicken thighs, I spent $5 on the chicken and $4 on the sauce, so $9 total, and out of that, I got 5 servings. So $45 total.
Wow.
27 meals. So that breaks down to a
Who said carnivore was expensive, divas?
$1.66 per meal.
Wow.
So much cheaper.
Not us saying wow at the same time. Not her also using the stock footage of some woman eating a steak.
Than going out for food.
That woman, I'm pretty sure that woman had I'm pretty sure, let me see if I can get directly on.
Per meal. Wow. So much.
I'm pretty sure she has let me take the captions off. I'm pretty sure there's a baked potato next to that steak. I'm pretty sure the stock footage has a baked potato in it, girl. You might wanna question a little more closely the stock footage you're using. I'm just saying.
Cheaper than going out for food. So basically that would be like 2 weeks of food for one person or 1 week of food for 2 people at 2 meals per day. Love it. Love saving money because I already spent this money. It was just hanging out in my deep freezer. The meat soup and the poultry and pork seasoning are in my upcoming book, Complete Carnivore. Complete Carnivore, it's an in-depth guide to the carnivore diet along with 80 plus carnivore recipes. It is...
How can you really make 80 different carnivore related things? That's my question. That's 80 different carnivore recipes? Isn't it just meat? Like, how creative are we getting here? I already spent that money. It's in my deep freezer, but why? Why do you have so much meat? I mean, I think that's my other... I literally was also just talking to my friends about this weekend that, like, my fridge looks so terrifying because it's just, like, I buy what I need for, like, a couple weeks at a time, and then once I go through it, I go to the grocery store again. So it's, like, I look like I, like, don't ever cook for myself sometimes, depending on where you're getting me in that 1 to 2 week time frame. And so... for me, it's just, like, a foreign concept to, like, stock up on meat and stuff like that, you know? Like, I do understand why people do it, and obviously, like, for a bigger family and stuff like that, like, I think that it's probably more convenient to, like, stock up on stuff and have stuff available, but it's just, like, never... having a freezer full of meat like that, a deep freezer full of meat like that, will never be relatable to me. But I do understand that, like... also, you know, if you see stuff on sale and things like that, like, you want to stock up on it, you want to buy it while it's cheaper and stuff like that. I think that there probably is a line somewhere where it's like, girl, why are we hoarding all this food? Like, why don't... we could probably also still save even more money by just, like, working through some of the food we have saved up, you know? But it is what it is. I'm obviously never going to relate to this woman in terms of, like, cooking, in terms of, like, stocking my kitchen, in terms of, like, many things, because I am very different than this woman, so...
now available for pre-order, so I will put those links in the description below. If you've ever wanted to support me in any way, pre-ordering this book is the best way you can do that. If we get enough pre-orders by release day, we will be able to get this book into every bookstore on the bookshelves on release day as well, not just online. And that way we can share the healing power of carnivore with as many people as humanly possible. So
what that felt very church. That felt very cults. Like, we need to share the healing power of carnivore with everyone. I don't love that. I don't love that. That is raising up some red flags for me. I'm good. Will not be pre-ordering Diva, but best of luck, I guess. I don't know.
So, pre-order this book. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support.
Sure.
On the screen, I'm going to put a couple of carnivore recipe videos that you may enjoy. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below.
Carnivore air fryer recipes. Look at these donut holes that look so similar to the ones in the Carnivore Twinkie video we watched. And also, oh my gosh, sardines! Is she giving Darlene the Sardine Queen a run for her money? Darlene the Sardine Queen, Darlene the Sardine Queen. Darlene the Sardine Queen. Darlene really, in case people are asking about, I saw some people, I think before we started the recording, ask about Darlene. Darlene hasn't been doing anything super messy lately on her channel. Not talking about carnivore, not talking about relationships, mostly just talking about her like fabric business. So, oh, and Joe, who is like her live-in partner, maybe not partner, guy that lives with her has been sick and in the hospital a bit too, but we're not going to be talking about that.
Oh, all of the recipes we cooked today are in the description below, and if you'd like a printable PDF of these recipes, you can head over to Patreon and print those out. Thank you so much for watching.
Sure.
And I'll see you in the next video.
All right, Jenny. Well, great. The other one that I think Maya had recommended, and maybe we'll revisit in the future, was her making something called butter bites or something like that. So beats me. I don't. It's possible there's some other things that we can check out from Miss Jenny in the future. I think like fat bombs, but I don't know. Like fat bombs that I know of from keto were like chocolate flavored and things like that. And I think it was like, literally the thumbnail looked like she melted butter, poured in some ground beef, and then like froze it in the freezer. It looked questionable, but girl, we're not getting into all of that today because we're gonna wrap it up here. But YouTubies, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's carnivore journey, and bye YouTubies. Subscribe.